What's going on, Geek Corner? This is your boy, Earth Mac, the mad scientist.
And it's your man, the infamous Alvin. What a Royal Rumble, dog.
What a Royal Rumble. What a Royal Rumble. And
welcome to Turnbuckle Talk. What a Royal Rumble.
What a Royal Rumble, man. You already know what to do. Hit that like and subscribe button and a notification bell, man. Shout out to our now 415 subscribers that are out there, man. Climbing up the ranks, man. Appreciate all the love and support.
Yes, sir.
And if you want to subscribe to the digital magazine, you are free to do so. It is on our Patreon for only $5 a month. And you get access to our recorded videos before they even come out to these YouTube airwaves. But yes, infamous. I see you got a new job, man. You know,
yes, everyone, I've taken the liberty and I will be taking my talents to AEW.
Yeah.
As I have been hired as Lance Archer's hair braider.
Oh, snap, man. Hey, now don't sleep on Lance Archer, man. Lance Archer got some nice kicks. That man got some nice kicks, man. His kick wear is pretty tight.
Hey, Lance Archer's shoe game is second to none. I mean, if you want to be technical, if you watch wrestling weekly, if you watch it weekly, these superstars, these wrestlers, their shoe game, it's like everybody in WWE owns a pair of Jordan 1s.
Yes.
And matter of fact, who is that? Kevin Owens had a pair of royal blue suede Jordans. And don't even get me started on Will. Don't get me started on Will Ospreay. His shoe game is dope. CM Punk's shoe game is ridiculous.
Yeah, the shoe game is pretty good, man. But I think CM Punk don't strike me as like a shoe guy. You know what I'm saying?
That's AJ Lee. I think AJ's hooking him up.
Yeah. I feel like AJ Lee's hooking that man up. Like I feel like, maybe Roman, the Usos, Kofi, Xavier Woods. I feel like they hooked him up a little bit. But I feel like, Lance Archer though, like I feel like his shoe game is on his own though. Because I sometimes see him like way back when talk about like the shoe game, like, yo, I'm about to get these Jordans right quick. And I'm about to wear these. Like, what you think about these? That kind of thing. So
I give you another one. As much as I dislike the guy.
Yeah.
But Hulk Hogan's shoe game. Hogan got Jordans for days. As much as I can't stand Hulk Hogan, but his Jordan game before he won that little N-word rant, and he was showing up, and when he was making his appearances, Jordan showed up in. I think Jordan showed up in retro 3s and 4s and 8s weekly. That's still well deserved, though. That's still well deserved.
Yeah.
That's still well deserved. I'm not disagreeing.
Now, speaking of Hulk Hogan, man, you saw him on the Pat McAfee show, man, talking about, I expected that. No, you didn't, bitch. No, you didn't.
I feel so bad for Pat McAfee that he has scum like that on this show sometimes.
But that's his show. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he did hold his ass to the fight somewhat because, he did. He said, and other things.
Yeah.
and then it took a minute for Hogan to catch you like, yeah. I mean, yes, other things.
I mean, to be honest, bro, I could care less who you voted for. Again, we've said it. It's everybody's right to vote. If that's who you vote for, cool. And at least he doubles down on who you voted for. But, bro, the Undertaker had Donald Trump on the show. And guess what? Yeah. I watched that interview, and it wasn't a bad interview. So kudos to Undertaker. And guess what? I still follow Undertaker. I still follow his podcast. So I mean, he had Donald Trump on there, but it is what it is. But at the same time, we know for a fact Undertaker ain't gonna utter no word like that because one of his best friends, the Godfather.
Yeah.
He's tight with Mark Henry. I mean, he's had Mark Henry on the show. He's tight with Mark Henry. So we know the Undertaker is never going to let a disgusting word like that come out of his mouth. Hulk Hogan, you're on your own, bro. I mean,
you're on your own. And
she tried to tell us about you.
They try to help you, man. They tried to help you. Mark Henry tried to help you, dog. He's like, we're going to go to HBCUs and explain what exactly is going on or whatever. Nah,
Yeah,
I ain't gonna do that.
You could clean something like that up in a very short amount of time. And I mean, again, Iron Sheik tried to tell us about you.
Yeah.
And come to find out, everyone go to Iron Sheik's grave and apologize. Because he tried to tell us until his dying days. F Hogan.
And he tried to tell you, man. He like, tuh.
He tried to tell us for decades. And to come to find out, he wasn't wrong.
No, he wasn't. Randy Savage wasn't wrong either.
Yeah.
Look, I was super pro Randy Savage, man. I felt that, man. He's like, listen, bro, you get a little too close to my woman. I don't like that. I don't like that, dog. I don't like that. Back up. Like, you broke up the Mecca Powers. You did
and again, we owe Brett Tavius Hart an apology as well. Because he tried to tell us too.
You tried to tell us too. He had bad runs-ins, like at WrestleMania 9. Matter of fact.
Yeah. He tried to tell us too.
Which a lot of people think that's like probably one of the most terrible WrestleManias. Because it was outside, and so I kind of liked it. I kind of like it because of the fact it was outside. But considering that Bret Hart, Hogan just came in there,
and see, I think with it being outside, it was too early for that. Nowadays, it's perfect.
No, well, I think the atmosphere was good. I think the toga joint was the bad. Yeah. Was the bad thing. You know what I'm saying? I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back on that one. That one and Hogan kind of
a little too much for his time.
Yeah, I was like, the time has passed from Hulk Hogan in this whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. But speaking of which, man, we're gonna talk about Royal Rumble today, like more specifically the Royal Rumble winners, and what happened with Monday Night Raw. Both of these individuals have, which is no secret, Jey Uso wins the men's Royal Rumble, and Charlotte Flair won the women's Royal Rumble, and both of them had a good, an emotional promo, but the crowd reaction was a little different. So we're definitely gonna talk about that, and I said let's go ahead and jump into it, man.
Get on into it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get into it, man.
Let's go ahead and dive on in.
Royal Rumble winners, man. Let's talk about like our girl Charlotte Flair, man. How did you feel about the women's Royal Rumble, most specifically, and then Charlotte Flair? How you feel about it?
Well, I mean, the match itself was a lot better than I thought. I knew it was going to be good. I knew it was going to be good, but it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be because, of course, you probably would have thought that it was going to be like a whole bunch of botches and whatever and be all corny, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
The match itself I thought was pretty dope. And then, I mean, you can even see there's a clip, like there's a small clip in there where you see, I forgot what was going on, but you see Bianca Belair and they're doing something, and she's in there cracking up and just enjoying the moment.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and to see who showed up, Jordan Grace showed up and did her thing. Nia Jax looked super dominant. Nikki Bella, you could have left her. They could have left Nikki Bella. Because look here, I just knew at number 30, Jade was showing up. Jade's been pictured. Jade's been seen at the Performance Center putting in work. I just knew Jade was showing up, and I heard that you can look, but you can't tell. Bruh, almost took, that bottle to the head clip that you showed. Almost did that myself. Almost did that myself. So, the match itself, dope as all get out. I ain't gonna take nothing away from the match. The winner, WWE missed it on the winner.
I feel like, okay. I kind of feel like they did too, as well.
Yeah.
But it was already rumored that Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton are set to go head to head, right?
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not surprised.
So here's my thing with Charlotte. If you knew AJ is not going to be in the Royal Rumble, if you know Jade is not going to be in the Royal Rumble, why did you make an announcement that she is coming back at the Royal Rumble? On top of all that, why did you have her come out to Pyro and nobody else come out to Pyro? So the minute she came out and Pyro hit, I'm like, come on, WWE, tell us who's going to win the Royal Rumble without telling us who's going to win the Royal Rumble. And
Pyro
it's like,
says a lot.
Power says a lot. And on top of all that, you didn't even have the biggest pop of the night in Alexa Bliss show up at number 30. You could have switched that. Alexa Bliss could have been number 30. Now, mind you, it probably would have set up for, like, have somebody else eliminate Alexa Bliss, obviously. You know, it can't have Charlotte eliminate Alexa Bliss, because now when Charlotte does it, she's a heel, and she's supposed to be the babyface character going up against Tiffany Stratton, right? So, Nikki Bella, I have no qualms about Nikki Bella, but she was put in a very bad spot.
Oh yeah,
because it was never confirmed by let me say this. It was never confirmed by WWE that AJ Lee, Jade, or even Alexa Bliss is going to show up. It was never confirmed by those. It was more of the fans built themselves up to thinking to the point that it's an almost certainty that AJ Lee or Jade Cargill or Alexa Bliss are going to show up. So it was never WWE saying, "Hey guys, these guys are going to show up."
Yeah,
and it's not that, right? So basically, the fans built themselves up for disappointment. So when Nikki Bella came out at number 30, it's like, she came out. Well, you could have picked Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss could have been at number 30. You know what I'm saying? Easily. Charlotte Flair. So I feel like there was some misses there. I feel like the Charlotte Flair deal was a miss. The Nikki Bella coming at number 30 was definitely a miss. And Alexa Bliss should have been number 30.
Oh man, the pop that Alexa Bliss got.
Yeah.
To be honest, she got the biggest pop of the night.
Yeah.
I mean, let's call it what it is. She got the biggest pop of the night, and when she came out, and I saw the clip of what she had on the back of the jacket.
Yeah,
man, you could it lets you know right then and there that Bray Wyatt dying it wasn't just that she had a kid, she started a family, everything. Bray Wyatt passing was a huge reason that she hadn't been around, and I get it. She was basically the last one to really work with him outside of who, LA Knight maybe. So I mean,
yeah.
So I mean, and real quick for anybody, if you haven't watched that Bray Wyatt biography on Peacock, oh my God, please watch it.
Yeah.
But to see Alexa come out, and Alexa didn't just come out, she performed.
Yeah.
I mean,
she didn't miss a step.
She didn't look rusty at all. She stole the show.
Not at all. She did not miss a step.
She stole the show. I mean, again, I feel like they missed it with having Charlotte win. You could have had Jordan Grace win. You could have had Alexa Bliss win. To be honest, the person I can say also low-key stole the show, Lash Legend looked really good in this Royal Rumble.
Yeah, she did.
She looked amazing in this Royal Rumble. I mean, you basically Lash Legend is what I want Jade Cargill to be. Skill-wise.
Yeah.
Skill-wise and moveset-wise, because Lash looked good. I mean, I've been looking online. If you look on Twitter, everybody and their mama want Lash to go ahead and get that promotion up.
Yeah. I feel like Jada Parker is
her too.
So here's the thing about Jada, right?
Her too.
Man, I don't know, it was an interview clip or a tweet or whatever about, when it came out with trans, I was like, man, it's almost like you can hear a mouse piss on cotton now when she comes out. Like the crowd reaction is definitely different. Even with her aligned with Lash Legend, it's like even when she came out, to the Royal Rumble, I'm like, oh yeah, she gonna get a pop. Nothing.
She did. You
know what I'm saying? Athletic wise, in ring wise. So I think people are still raw about what she said. or whatever the case may be. And, she doubled down on it. But I think it's going to take a minute. Like, I think it's going to have to take her maybe stepping back a little bit. But her and Leslie being aligned.
She needs to get injured. That's what needs to happen. She needs to get injured and show up by attacking somebody or something like that. I don't know, but
be a heel character. I mean, she could be a heel character, and then work it back to babyface because I mean, you can easily work that. I mean,
she's super talented.
Yeah, easily.
Goodness, Jada Parker is super talented.
Easily. So now let's go with Charlotte Flair on Monday Night Raw. So Charlotte did her promo. She thought she wasn't even going to come back. And I mean, passionate. Like, I was injured and this could have ended my career. And the crowd was like,
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you,
we don't care.
So, I'm saying? The crowd was not having it, bro. They booed her out the building. Like,
and side note, I didn't know this until yesterday. She ended up trying to get divorced.
Yeah. Like, I
didn't even know that.
I was like, listen, she 0 for 3. Just like Ric Flair 0 for 6.
Look here. She out here looking like Glass Joe almost. Glass Joe got at least one dub.
Yeah.
And I think that dude fell over himself.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so this is one of those situations where I feel like if this doesn't change in a few weeks, then WWE going to pivot. Charlotte still is going to be at WrestleMania. Like, she is the moneymaker. You know what I'm saying? Like, she is the star person, right? But I think what's probably going to end up happening is like maybe they add a third person in there so it can be something worth watching. Or Tiffany Stratton ends up being the baby face and Charlotte Flair be the heel, and it just flip flop it, that way.
Yeah,
but they work it.
That happened. And see, bro, I think that happened because we've seen it plenty of times to where WWE wants to go one way.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, we could just look at last year.
Yeah.
Remember, it was supposed to be Roman and The Rock last year. Now, and I don't want to say that, Triple H and Khan, they gave in to the fans. But at some point, you have to listen to these fans. So I agree with you. I think Tiffany Stratton's going to be the face. Because guess what? This girl she became a fan favorite without even trying, because you know why? She's a talented freak of nature as well. I mean, that prettiest moonsault ever. That shit looks so majestic when she does it. I mean, me and my wife, we look at it, and we just look at it like,
when she does it. Staying there.
Yeah. So I mean, I think Tiffany's gonna be the face, and Charlotte's gonna be the heel. But they gotta have Tiffany win at WrestleMania. It's a big moment for her.
Yeah, I mean, I think when it comes to Charlotte is GOAT status when it comes to like women's wrestling, right? But I will say they probably like pad those stats a little bit when it came down to like her title wins and stuff like that. To the point where anytime she wins something, the fans like, another Charlotte run, kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, her career is far from over. You know what I'm saying? Like, far from over.
She's like,
so I feel like, right, you could have just like took your time and built this thing the way you could build it instead of just like padding those stats up a little bit. So I think that's where they're at. She is a superstar for sure, right? So for her not to be at Mania is damn near a criminal, right? But at the same time, you back yourself up into a corner because the fans is not going to receive her as much, or whatever the case may be, because is what it is. So I mean, Royal Rumble wasn't perfect. Kevin Owens didn't win. I mean, this man is 0 for 6. You know what I'm saying? 0 for 6 when it comes to these world title matches that he's in.
But the match was amazing.
The match was amazing. A straight ladder match. A straight ladder match.
Like, how many times have we seen a ladder match go like this.
Yeah.
Now I will say the ending looked Cody made when he climbed the ladder. Cody made that climb look very iffy.
Yeah.
When he climbed it, it made it looked like my wife. She brought up a good point because we both watched it together, and she was like, the way he climbed that ladder, it didn't look like he was supposed to win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though that more than likely was supposed to be the outcome of what we saw, Cody climbing, but it just looked like Cody, the way his movement was, it looked like he just wasn't supposed to win the match. Now, again, I could be wrong, but that match in itself, that was as violent as you're going to see a ladder match, and it was dope from beginning to end.
Yeah, it was. It was and it was what it was. It was a straight ladder match. There were no chairs. There were no tables. Fans were chanting for tables. I knew that going in, though. I'm like, you know what? Cody is a purist. I'm pretty sure they didn't discuss in the back, like, look, don't do the tables on chairs. Do a straight ladder match. Let's go back to what it was supposed to be. Let's go back to The Rock and Triple H. Let's go back to Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon.
You took it from me. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's go back to that type of ladder match, because I think what ends up happening after TLC, anytime you got a ladder match, somehow or another, the table and the chair gets squeak itself in, even though it's not a TLC match. Mm-hmm. So, greatly appreciate that move.
They kept it 100 on that one.
Kept it 100. But when it comes to Charlotte, though, I feel like when it comes to this WrestleMania match, it's just going to be a championship match, and obviously, I feel like Charlotte's going to win that match. You know what I'm saying? Unless Tiffany Stratton retains and surprises us, because I still say what pissed me off about that was when Charlotte Flair beat Asuka and she was undefeated, whooping everybody's ass. Now that had me hot. That had me hot. You had Asuka tap out. The woman that requested a triple threat match to defend her title, that requested it, like, listen, I want both of y'all, not just one. I want both of y'all, because y'all not going to survive Asuka. That Asuka, you make that Asuka tap out at WrestleMania, man. That thing had me hot, man. That thing had me so hot.
And that was cold Asuka back then.
Cold Asuka. But I tell you who else is cold? That boy, that man, Jey Uso, the Yeet man.
The Yeet man.
The Yeet man. I did not see this coming.
Again, I picked CM Punk. Cena could have won.
Y'all
Seth Rollins or Seth Rollins could have won. Roman could have won. And I just knew when it was just him and Cena.
Yeah.
I just knew Cena was going to get him. And when he pushed Cena off the apron, I was like, wow. And then Cena gets back in the ring with him. To me, it feels like Cena just said, you're me now. Because remember, you've had Hogan, you had Austin, you've had Cena, somebody that just, not to say Austin appealed to the kids, but in a way he did, because we were kids when Austin was making his stride.
Yeah, he was pro Austin.
Yeah, Jay appeals to these kids, man.
Yeah.
He super appeals to these kids. So, I mean, Jay basically is Jay's the new kid magnet. Real quick. Yeah. No, I don't mean that to sound as, I guess a Pied Piper type of crap. We were talking about R. Kelly earlier. So yeah, I mean, he's the one that appeals to, he appeals to the kids, makes them believe in the, in the sport of pro wrestling again. So I mean, it's for him to win that Royal Rumble, and the promo he gave last night.
Now that one got the crowd reaction. The tears in his eyes, that thing was real.
When he was stuttering?
Yeah, that thing was real. That was real stuff right there, man. That was real stuff. And Gunther came out there and been the perfect heel. Been the perfect heel.
You saw in that promo by himself and with Gunther, you saw You saw real emotion.
Yeah.
Gunther comes out, turns it to kayfabe. I was like, this is how you do a real promo.
Yeah, you do a real promo.
This is how you do a real promo.
He said, listen, if you choose me, every week gonna be hell.
I'm gonna bust your ass. Look, and I need everybody to know we got 2 months until WrestleMania. So he's basically saying, I'm gonna bust your ass for 2 weeks. Well, for 2 months.
For 2 whole months, I got you. If you pick me, you might want to go over there to pick Cody, man. That might be a safer option for you, but not over here. And
to be honest, Jay doesn't even have to perform at Elimination Chamber. He doesn't.
No, he can just sit there and wait.
He probably won't perform at Elimination Chamber.
Oh no, he can't. I mean, why? Why would he? He the winner of the Elimination Chamber face
the other champ
left. Whoever the other champion. Like, why I need to go to? Yeah, he got no reason.
And we already know John Cena has announced it. He's going to be in the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah,
and it won't be his first time either.
Hey, and somebody tweeted, he's like, imagine somebody announcing they're going to Elimination Chamber while everybody else got to wrestle for their spot to go to Elimination Chamber.
So look at
it's John Cena.
Look at there's 5 more spots.
Yeah, it's a fair point. So, I mean, obviously, they're gonna milk this for like another week, and like who Jay gonna pick or whatever, and then Jay gonna ultimately pick Gunther. I mean, you know what I'm saying? John Cena and Cody, I feel that's more of a WrestleMania deal. But I will say this has been the best Miz Royal Rumble in like the past 15 years.
Star-studded.
And I'm lowballing when I say 15, but we could probably go further than that. I probably can say maybe 17 years.
Yeah. And the cool part about this Royal Rumble, you know how many times we've said long-term storytelling?
Yeah.
How many storylines you think? How many just right off the jump? Name a storyline that popped out in that Royal Rumble.
Hey, Seth Rollins, my boy went off. Let me tell you, my boy went off out here, dog. My boy went off. You understand? My boy went off. That dude said, nah, fuck the bullshit, dog. He like, Roman Reigns' face is looking at the ground.
Hey, I ain't gonna sit here in front. That curb stomp, he stomped on Roman for real.
He did 2 feet, bro. 2 of them. He double stomped him.
Hey, can we just come on out and say it? At WrestleMania, it will be Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania.
I don't even know that's going to be at WrestleMania. I really don't know. It's a 3-way beef.
You got to see. He's forever going to have disdain towards CM Punk, and
CM Punk beat him.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
He's got to live with it.
It's right here.
But see, the thing between him and Roman, he's been blamed for creating that Roman Reigns. The Roman Reigns we see today, he's been blamed for that.
Yeah.
Also, Roman never got over that chair shot. He showed us that last year at WrestleMania. He never got over that chair shot.
Yeah.
You see when Seth's music started, CM Punk was like, crap, look who's coming. Roman was like, oh my God, look who's coming. Yeah. I mean, the way they were going, you don't just up and stomp a dude.
Yeah.
That you ain't even had any physical contact with Roman in a few years, because they had that one match at a pay-per-view where I think Roman won by like a count out or something like that.
Yeah. That and Roman beat him again. And because Seth like, I can get in your head, which he kind of did get in his head because Roman like beat him with a chair.
Yeah, you ain't even had any physical contact with a guy in a couple years now. But you come on out and you double stomp him.
Not only you double stomped him, you still got into it with CM Punk, and then you look back at Roman Reigns again, and I was like, oh, Oh, now you're facing the steps now. He did it again, bro. He said, man, listen. He said Seth Rollins was outside that ring, and he looked at Punk, and he looked at Roman, and he was like, "This a whole ass whooping buffet out here for me." And he's like, "Man, listen, before I go in the back,
I'm leaving here with something." You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get me.
Look, somebody go catch it. Look here. Somebody go get their ass whipped before I go on this back here. And you know what? We could see a triple threat because Seth don't like Punk or Roman. Punk don't like Seth and Roman.
Yeah.
Roman don't like Seth and Punk. So I mean, who says we won't get that?
That could be a three-way, but Paul Heyman still owes CM Punk something, and we don't owe him a favor. And I don't know what that favor is, because really what it is, because what Roman got into it with Punk. Punk is like, "Hey, what's going on?" And then Seth is like, "Nah, let me stomp you face in, bruh. Your beef is with me. We got beef. Me and him always gonna have beef. You better not get up. I'm gonna stomp your face again. But nah, me and you still got beef." You know what I'm saying? "Oh, did you get up? Excuse me for a second. Bop, back to you. We got beef."
Yeah.
So my thing is, yes, it could easily be a three-way, right? And always, anytime there's a triple threat, there's no DQ, right? So I think
it can go down.
It can go down. I feel like you know what? Make it a false count anywhere. Three-way bout between Rollins, Punk, and Roman, and just leave it at that. Let them tear their mouth out. Somebody come out.
And again, at WrestleMania, I want at WrestleMania because Punk needs a match at WrestleMania because he's never really had that match at WrestleMania before.
Oh, wait a minute. They're gonna be the Elimination Chamber. That's what it's gonna happen at.
All three of them?
All three of them gonna be in the Elimination Chamber.
Ooh. Matter of fact, you know what? Put all three of them in the Elimination Chamber.
Yep.
Neither one win.
Yeah.
Neither one needs to win.
Nope.
And guess what? Roll that heat on in a WrestleMania.
Yeah.
See, now when in the Elimination Chamber, all hell can break loose in that.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely can. But yeah, it's definitely been like the best Men's Royal Rumble, man. Jacob Fatu, that's another one. Jacob Fatu on site doing the Lord's work.
Superstar.
Doing the Lord's work.
Look, what I mean, the sky's the only thing that'll hold. I think the only thing that'll stand in Jacob's way is the superstardom that he's going to achieve. Injury.
Yeah, that's it.
Injury. Because see, I felt that same way. About Bronson Reed. I still feel that same way about Bronson Reed. The only thing that gets in his way, injury. Can't nobody tell me that this big man doesn't have superstar appeal. To come off the top rope and all he's doing is a splash, and the impact it makes, like the dog he has. To me, he's a bigger version of Jacob Fatu. And when he gets back, I really hope they put him back with Jacob Fatu Atama, and I hope Tonga Loa comes back. I hope they bring that new bloodline gel back together, because you put the four of them together, they will.
But now
SmackDown.
You ain't got no leader though. Jacob Fatu is that leader. You know what I'm saying? He said, "I'm on my own now. I'm a dog without the leash." That we told Damian Priest, he was like, "I'm off the leash now. All gas, no brakes."
And see, if Jacob is the leader, how much more dangerous can they be? They were dangerous with Solo. With Solo, I think Solo was a good leader because he believed in He believed that I may be the tribal chief, but we gonna work as a unit.
Yeah. But he's no longer tribal chief. He told Jacob, he said, "Listen, I'm your tribal chief, but if he takes this from me, he's your tribal chief. He told him that. I
Yeah.
mean, you didn't see that at Royal Rumble because Jacob was off the leash. He was going off the everyone. Roman, it made no difference who it was.
Yeah.
Like Roman caught it too. Jay caught it. Jimmy caught it. It don't matter. You caught that joint, man. He said it straight out. I think for now, don't have him in any group. You know, just have
him and Tom. Him and Tom.
And do what they're gonna do, man. Because Jacob by himself, like just branching off doing things on his own, I feel like is where it needs to be. And then like touching on something else, like with Jay, I feel like Jay will face Gunther. I feel like Jay will have his WrestleMania moment at WrestleMania, winning the World Heavyweight title there.
Yeah.
The story already built because I think Gunther and Jey Uso faced each other before, and you know obviously Gunther won because he's still twice, right?
Matter of fact, was it twice? I know once on Monday Night Raw for the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
Once at Saturday Night Main Event.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's twice. Yeah.
Right. So the story is right there, right? So Gunther's like, you never beat me, and you never going to. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, and then Jay finally gets that dub at, after WrestleMania, whatever. But I think the fact that it's the unpredictability of him winning is what made this men's Royal Rumble like one of the best in like 15, 17 years. Because these past few years, like over the past decade, we had an idea who was going to win.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
we knew Cody.
Right. You know what I'm saying? We watched WWE so long that we know the formula in which WWE do their thing. But Vince is no longer there, and they're no longer under the status quo when it comes down to a formula. So now there's unpredictability there. Like we talked about it, right? It was one of the most star-studded Royal Rumbles. I mean, you had former heavyweight champions all sprinkled all over that ring, and anybody could justifiably win. But Jey Uso was the one that won. And I like that, because, people like Alberto Del Rio and Shawn Michaels winning, and Bret, I think Bret Hart won one. I don't know. Did Bret Hart win a Royal Rumble before? I don't think he ever did. I don't think he did. Yeah, that's a crazy stat.
And see, the crazy part is Bret was always in some type of title match.
Yeah, he was always a champion, so there was no need for him to be in a Royal Rumble. So that makes sense. But actually winning though, I was like, wow, that's crazy. But I think that was really one of the key elements in the Royal Rumble is that unexpected people winning the Royal Rumble. I think that's what it was.
Bret won the Royal Rumble in '94.
He did? Okay. He won in '94. Okay.
He won. Let's see. Yep, he is the Royal Rumble match winner in 1994.
Okay. All right. That makes wait. Him and Lex Luger.
Yeah.
When their feet hit the ground at the same time. That's what it was.
Yep.
That's what it was. So they did a co-main event because they both faced Yokozuna. Luger did it first, and then Bret Hart did it at WrestleMania, at the main event for WrestleMania 10.
Yeah, and outside of that though, I mean, if you want to say he co-won it,
yeah,
but he's never been like the sole survivor of the Royal Rumble. That is a crazy stat out of all the stuff that Bret. I mean, if you take a look at Bret's achievements,
yeah,
those achievements are crazy. He's been of course WWE champ, WCW champ, Intercontinental champ. There was one point that he was the only dude I'd pull for that Intercontinental champ because he ran that title.
Yeah.
Tag team champion. What? Didn't he hold the US title over there in WCW as well?
Yeah, he did.
So I mean, we're talking about a guy that was he was a champ, and he's never solely won the Royal Rumble. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is a wild stat.
He's won King of the Ring, and that is bruh. We about 40. I'm 41. That's the first time I've ever sat down and thought that he's never won that title.
But
I mean, he's never won the Royal Rumble by himself. It was with Lex Luger.
yeah, I mean, if you could flip that, you could say that's a testament to his career because it was no need for him to be a solo winner because he always, for the most part, been champion. So it's like
he was always in some type of title match. I mean, think about it: tag team championships with the Anvil.
yeah,
A GOAT in the Intercontinental Champion in the Intercontinental Championship picture. I mean, he held that title for a while.
yeah.
When he became WWF champion, he held that for a while. It was like Sean and Yokozuna were like some of the only guys that could actually deal with Bret.
Right.
I mean, we're talking about that. Look at that fella. Look at Bret Tavius Hart and that Pink and Black ran titles for a while.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He was doing some work, man.
Yeah.
He was embarrassing big dudes.
Oh man.
He was embarrassing big dudes. He was like, "Oh, you won't beat my ass for about 20 minutes, but I'm gonna roll you in a small package and still get this dub off you."
You could be 6'9". You still taking an L to Bret Hart.
I'm gonna play possum until you get too close, and then that 1, 2, 3 gonna hit, and I'm gonna slide out. I'm gonna slide out there, dog. I'm gonna slide, fam. That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, man.
But 1, 2, 3 Kid to this day, well, X-Pac, we know him as X-Pac, but I knew him as 1, 2, 3 Kid, or we did, or Lightning Kid. He said his absolute favorite match, his best match is against Bret Hart, because Bret Hart let him get his stuff in.
It's probably, and I'm pretty sure, it's probably other wrestlers that may feel the same way because think about it. How many guys can clearly say Bret Hart didn't sell, or Bret Hart let them get hurt in the ring, or Bret Hart didn't just let them get their moveset in? How many guys have we heard ever say that? Yeah. That list is extreme. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be honest. I ain't heard no wrestler say Bret Hart ain't let me shine in that.
Yeah, he
maybe
never
Goldberg.
injured anybody. He never injured anybody in his career either.
Maybe Goldberg, because we know what happened between that match, him and Goldberg with the kick.
Yeah,
Goldberg's probably the only dude, and he'll be wrong, that'll say something bad about Bret Hart, aside from Hulk Hogan being a dick. But
yeah,
anybody else that's ever been in the ring with Bret Hart, I'm pretty sure the way it's looked, because hell, even the British Bulldog, that time they faced each other at Wembley Stadium.
Yeah, SummerSlam. Yeah.
British Bulldog did his thing, and for Bret, and I mean, let's be honest, it wasn't like the British Bulldog had an impressive moveset. He was pure muscle. So I mean,
but that man was a technical savant, though.
Yes, he was. So Bret could make anybody look good.
Yeah.
I mean, he can make anybody look. He made Ric Flair look amazing in time. And Ric Flair was a genius himself.
Yeah. They had some classics.
Oh yeah.
But I think like Jey Uso was definitely the right call. It was very surprising. Very entertaining Royal Rumble. A bunch of stories been told in that men's Royal Rumble. I feel like had they not announced Charlotte coming into the Royal Rumble, had they not introduced her with the pyro and stuff, it would have been I feel like it would have been better. Overall, the women did phenomenally well.
Yes,
they did great. Like Jordan Grace did a tremendous showing, as always. Now, unless you've been hiding under a rock, Jordan Grace signed a deal with WWE, and also Alexa Bliss signed a 5-year deal with the WWE. Yeah,
my bad, y'all. I missed that one. I'm happy to hear that.
Now, in the ticker, it did say that Mojo Rawley had a hand in that because I think he does talent. Like I think he's like a talent scout or talent agent or something like that. So
yeah,
former WWE superstar actually got her hooked up. So also, in other news, Elias, otherwise known as Elijah, did a video clip with the Righteous from AEW. He joins the Righteous. That video clip made its ways over the weekend, and a lot of people is excited about that. Is he going to show up on Ring of Honor, or is he going to show up on AEW? We really don't know. But if he shows up on Ring of Honor, you're going to tune in. You got to tune in on Thursday. You got to do that.
Matter of fact, I'll say this too about Mojo Rawley. It's good to see him as a talent agent, and especially if he has anything to do with character development, I hope he has a chance to do it. I hope he has a chance to work in that as well, because a lot of folks don't know.
Well, I would say talent agent. I think just like a agent, like a regular agent. Like
if anybody remembers the Spirit Squad, Kenny Dykstra back there. Kenny Dykstra is back there working in the back now. Guess who he helped develop on the women's roster?
Who?
Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green. Yeah.
He's partly responsible for her success. If you take a look at SmackDown. When superstars, when they mix it up in the ring or whatever during a promo, look for the tall fella with the buzz cut up, with the long buzz cut up top. It's Kenny. Look, they got Kenny back there working with Hurricane Helms and all them guys back there. Kenny is doing his thing. So real quick, shout out to Kenny, because I never thought that he got a fair shot as a solo superstar, but of course he was the best thing smoking out of the Spirit Squad. Him and Nikki, better known as Dolph Ziggler, better known as Nick Nemeth.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. And here's the crazy part: now that they got that TNA deal, you see Nick Nemeth show up on WWE. I doubt it, but
I really don't want to. I really don't want to see him. I really don't want to see him on.
To be honest, based on what the guys are doing over there on TNA, which I need to start watching more, because I see my man Mustafa Ali.
Mm-hmm.
He's running stuff over there. He's doing this thing, and I'm happy to see it.
Hey, now shout out to Joe Hendry though. Shout out to Joe Hendry out here doing his thing out here, man. Listen, bro, I popped. I ain't gonna hold you. I popped when I heard him, because I wanted him to be number 30. I really wanted him to be number 30.
The wife lost it when he came out.
Yeah, I believe in Joe Hendry. I was like, oh, my boy. I said, there we go.
And the fans were singing it.
Yeah.
I'd say the only person who didn't get a good pop in the men's Royal Rumble, to me, was Andrade.
Nah.
Andrade, he never gets any type of pop, whether it's on SmackDown or whether it's in the Royal Rumble. And I don't know what it is. Like, he never has a reaction.
My thing is this. Somebody tweeted, it was like, we see you back in AEW 90 days, Bubba. Somebody tweeted that or whatever. I was like, man, because a lot of people thought, like, yeah, I'm gonna go back to WWE because I'm gonna be closer to, my wife and all that, which is completely understandable. Then you find this out yesterday. Let me tell you something. Whoever didn't cheer or didn't react to Andrade coming out, you don't know ball. You don't know ball, okay? You don't know ball. Ain't no way you see this man come out here in this black mask. Like, I don't know, he a DC fan, but that's very symbolic. Like, it's inconceivable. You don't know ball. Like, Andrade, my boy, man. Andrade is that dude. He is that dude.
He is. And he's been that dude a while.
A long time. A long time, man. And like, I feel like some of his best work, I've seen him in the Continental Classic, like the last Continental Classic before he left. And ZK let that man roll. He had some dubs and everything, man. He had some phenomenal matches. Him and Roosh, man, boy, I missed that. But Roosh came back in AEW Collision though, man. He beat the piss out of Max Caster.
I love me some Roosh, because Roosh is crazy.
Roosh is crazy, man.
Very physical.
Points.
Yeah. He is very physical. He likes to whip ass a lot, bro.
A lot, man. I just hope they keep him on TV this time. I like his whole ring gear, his new setup and everything.
Yeah.
I just hope they keep him on TV like every week. Again, this is 2 weeks in a row. I feel like AEW Collision been better than Dynamite. That's 2 weekends in a row. So I think in College Park, it's supposed to be in Atlanta this Wednesday. Swerve and Ricochet going to face each other, and Swerve cut a good promo. He said Swerve read that man for filth. No, he read Ricochet for filth. He was like, he said, listen, you try to pretend to be something, you try to be the hero and all that stuff, and what happened? It turned on you. Like, I'm in the villain this whole entire time, and they love me.
Yeah.
And he said that's the thing about AEW. It exposes mofos around here. It exposes people. He said, you ain't being true to yourself. You've been a dirtbag. You've been a dirtbag trying to be the hero. I ain't never been that. Sort of like, I ain't never been that. I burned somebody's house down. I ain't burned somebody's house down. I broke in somebody's house. I told this man's baby, I'm going to beat your daddy ass. Infant in the crib.
Stood over the crib.
Stood over the crib.
Look at, hey man, still ain't got over that.
I drove a man to burn my house down that I just bought. You know how much you gotta hate me? How much hatred I gotta instill in you to do that? I did that. Mm-hmm. That's me. And they love me for it. But they hate your ass though. I mean, Swerve, man, that was really good. That was really good. I feel like whatever's happening on Collision, because that wasn't in ring, that was like an interview type of thing. But the amount of storytelling that I feel like is being told on Collision, you can easily do the same exact thing on Dynamite. Like they don't even have to be different from each other.
I don't know why they don't.
This 2 weeks straight now. 2 weeks straight. That Collision been on the money. That 2 weeks straight.
And again, I don't know why it's almost as if when you watch Collision and you watch the storyline, it's almost as if everything rolls together like it's supposed to. It's almost like the storyline, it rolls exactly how it's supposed to. And then you get to Dynamite, it's like they hit nothing but bumps in the road. So I mean, Collision, I don't know if Tony Khan's running the storylines over there at Collision, or he's got somebody else doing it. If he's got somebody else doing Collision, you need to get them on Dynamite.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because Collision, 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row.
It's cooking with gas, my guy.
It's cooking with gas. They're cooking a little bit. Hey, despite what the viewership numbers is, because I think during Saturday Night's main event, I think it was like 200,000, 250,000 or something like that. Viewership numbers or whatever. Obviously, Royal Rumble, the viewership number is going to be like 100,000. Probably, I'm just guesstimating.
Yeah.
But like on a regular Saturday, obviously, I'm counting on an uptick in the viewership numbers because I think the way they doing the viewership numbers, they're not really counting HBO Max people. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm also hearing that WWE Evolve, that the new Evolve is going to be on Tubi, but it's going to be on Wednesday nights at 8.
I saw that.
And I saw a clip of a wrestler that I do know that I see him at Palmetto Championship Wrestling here in Camden because he always do the super. He always does this right here.
Yeah.
Like Frankie from One Piece. He always does that pose. I was like, that ain't who I think it is it? Because I just saw a quick clip. So I might tune in to Evolve to check him out just to see it. But
real quick, folks, just because you may go see somebody at one of these local indie shows, whatever, don't mean they won't make it to the big time. That's why I have seen Cedric Alexander. Saw him over here in Casey. What's my man name? Help me out, Erskine. He's on NXT and he runs. Chase. Is it Andrew Chase runs Chase University down there in NXT?
Oh yeah.
Look at seeing him out there in Camden way back in the day, some years ago, and who else? John Schuyler over there in TNA, and I'm gonna tell you right now, John Schuyler it was before he went to TNA, and he's still doing his thing. John Skyler was probably one of the best indie. He was the best indie wrestler at that time frame. He was that guy.
Wow.
Look, when I mean if no one has ever seen John Skyler in his days when he was here in Canada, this before he became a jobber at WWE, before he went to TNA. Mm-hmm. This man on the indie circuit, and if John Skyler ever watches this show, these are straight compliments. John Skyler ran the independent circuit, bro. I'm telling you, and as a big fan of John Skyler, I've had a chance to see him in person live.
Yeah,
this man can wrestle. Good Lord, that man can straight go.
Oh, hey, I believe you. I believe you wholeheartedly, man.
That man can straight up wrestle.
And check it, man. You know, this is our show for today, man. That's our show for Turnbuckle Talk. You already know what to do. Hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell because tonight is AEW Dynamite. Go ahead and check out AEW Dynamite. Go see what Ricochet and Swerve going to do to each other because this is a different type of Ricochet. This is a heel Ricochet. He would stab you with some scissors. So I ain't want to be around that man. Yeah, right. You got a new shirt out. You know what I'm saying? You got the new laugh. Got the Jada Kiss laugh out there. But you got anything else for the listeners out there?
Everybody, you can't be famous, be infamous. Shout out to the man Urs Mac for the platform. Of course, it's time to get us some AEW Dynamite in. And hey, shout out to Vivo, Boogie Blands, all of the Orange Phoenix family. Thank y'all for turning in the Turnbuckle Talk Live. Y'all know what to do.
Speaking of which, now if y'all haven't checked out the latest video that we posted, man, you might want to check out this video because I posted at 12:15 earlier today. And it is about Cyclops. If you haven't read X-Men number 10, Cyclops would tell you in this comic why he a real one. Why he cannot be fucked with out here. How you might get your ass whipped out here if anything happens to me. But you got to check out that video at 12:15, man. So, until next time, y'all. Peace.